Can step siblings date, get married? Siblings through marriage, not blood, in case y'all didn't know the difference. All right. Brianna222 asked this question, and it wasn't because she wanted to, just to clarify, okay? This isn't because she wanted to. She was watching something and she brought this question to threads. And I very much, I want to make sure that I clarify that because we don't do defamation over here. So in this thread, she's responding to people saying, this is the show that I was watching, blah, 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 blah. Now, I think that that should have been said in the first piece, like in this initial statement, but that's neither here nor there. But let's go ahead and read that back one more time, just in case you all need to hear that again. Can step siblings date or get married? Again, siblings through marriage and not by blood. I am going to say ethically, no. We were brought together. Even if we are brought together as adults, I'm going to say no. I think some terminology in our cultures are outdated. I don't like the fact that when people get married, we have a family here that has a son. We have a family here that has a daughter. And when they get married, the man's family says, this is my daughter-in-law, because in my mind, if we have a son and we have a daughter, those are siblings. I don't like the verb now. I get how things go. And people say, well, that's not what that means. But in my mind, because words mean things, I don't like the fact that they say, that's my daughter-in-law. Because it implies what families did a long time ago, which was inbreed. Okay, moving on from that. My answer is still no. I don't think that step siblings should marry, and that's at any age. That's that if they became step siblings at 7 years old, 27 years old, 47 years old. I don't think that that's something that should happen. Is it? There's no blood. Okay, so obviously there would be no issues if they were younger and chose to procreate. However, I think that just crosses so many lines, and there's so many other people out in this world. Why would you need to date the child of someone that your mother or father has married? Why would you need to do that? I think that is disgusting. I think that leads that opens up so many other doors of questioning what goes on in your family and why you would think that that's okay. Who was we talking about the other day? I think me and Tai was talking about kissing cousins. People kissing cousins be doing things, y'all, and they be like, oh, well, it's my sixth cousin or this baby. Let me tell you the way I was raised. My grandmother's sisters and brothers raised all of their children as sisters and brothers, okay? Which means all of those kids were raised as cousins. It didn't matter the generation, because some people have kids for a long time. It did not matter the generation. Those are all first cousins. When all of them had kids, even though they're my grandmother's sisters' kids, them are my first fucking cousins. It's a no. It's plenty of us. And the way I think the black community handles that is totally different than the way the white community handles that. And other cultures handle that. We are in a time where we do not have to incestuously breed for the sake of whatever. And that gets deep onto a totally different topic. But when you see stuff like this, when you hear stuff like this, it's like you automatically know, to me, it's something else going on in that household. If you think it's okay for your son to marry your stepdaughter, you probably were looking at your stepdaughter. You probably have looked at it's a lot of shit that goes into that, because why are we looking at immediate family as someone that we're attracted to? One thing that we don't do in my family is anything incestuous. We're not crossing boundaries. I don't care if that's white people talk like this. Sixth cousin removed, Barbara. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's John Jr., he's our third cousin removed. What the fuck does that mean? Now, I know what that means, but again, earlier in this conversation, I was telling you how each generation in our family is looked at as first cousins, no matter which way you were brought into the situation. We have family members that are adopted in. We have family members that are fostered in. Baby, them are my motherfucking cousins. Those are my blood cousins. You can't tell me nothing. And if you didn't know our family dynamic and how the fuck they got there, then you wouldn't even know that they weren't blood. And baby, let me tell you, there's no crossing that fucking boundary line. What be up with y'all? I don't even want to do a call to action. I don't even want to put any questions out there and asking y'all, but fuck it, let's do it, because we got to do it every episode. We got to get y'all engaged. What do y'all think? Do you think that you should, and it would be okay and socially accept? Oh, okay. Would it be acceptable in your family specifically to marry a step sibling? Do y'all know in 2026, anybody that has married a step sibling? And tell us, baby, give us the cheese mate in the comments if you have. Baby, let me tell you something. Like, I just can't imagine myself. First of all, what I find so funny is that on the collective, going back when we be like, that nigga's 90s fine. Who we talking about now? We talking about Denzel. We talking about Morris Chestnut. We talking about Will Smith was cute. You know what I'm saying? We have a collective of men that we could say that man was fine. Yes, honey. But when it comes to the men that me, my sisters, my cousins, my friends date, we don't have the same type of men that we're technically attracted to. Now, when I say, I'm talking about outside of being tall, I got some cousins that like short men, but outside of being tall, be like, yeah, tall, he tall. And we love that for us. So we sit back and we say, okay, that's all that our men have in common. That's it. I don't even want to talk about that no more because it gets nasty. But let's talk about the type of man. Let's move on and talk about the type of man that I'm not even going to stretch that topic out. That's done. My final answer, nah, no, nope. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to jail, bitch. So that ends that. But let's talk about the type of man that I am attracted to, because that's what's going on in my head right now. I love a tall man. I love a skinny man. And I love chunky men. And I love chunky men up to the point where I don't like my men to have titties. I don't want them to have titties. I don't want it to look, some men have extra fat in their titties. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about like men, like when they pump iron and have like a muscle chest. I'm talking about titties. I don't want to feel like I'm milking my man, okay? I love men that are darker than me. I'm not necessarily attracted to men that are lighter than me. I remember I dated this guy. He was a great guy. And actually it seems to be that he's a great husband to his wife. From what I see, and this is no shade, but he was just too light for me. And I could see this nigga in the dark. And he was black. He was black. He was just very, very, very pale. But I could see him in the dark, and I just felt like I was dating a glowworm, and that was such a turn off for me. But what else can I think, and what else can I say? Oh, so we going tall, we going dark, we love facial hair. I'm not pressed for a body. I don't care if you have a body. I don't care if you have hair. I don't care if you have locks. So when you have locks around me, they can't be stringly and they can't be stinky. They can't smell moldy. All right. But black men, you are beautiful creatures. Even though I will bash the shit out of y'all, but I'ma ride with y'all. Cause I love y'all down like real bad. Yeah. So facial hair, dark, tall. Where you at? My name Bella. This is my podcast. Email me at BellaThaGawd